The Viltrum Empire is the biggest threat in the Invincible series, and all the Viltrumites are an incredibly powerful species, representing the strongest characters in the universe. And today we're going to rank each and every Viltrumite from weakest to strongest. So let's get to it. Tara Grayson is the daughter of Adam Eve and Mark Grayson. With that kind of lineage, she's destined to be incredibly powerful and is set to one day even become invincible herself. However, she's still just a kid, and like her dad at her age, her powers haven't shown up just yet. Marky Murphy is the son of Mark and the Viltrumite warrior Anissa. Now, unlike his mother, Marky isn't a villain. In fact, he's set to be Kid Invincible one day. But since he's still just a kid, he hasn't quite reached his full potential. Liucan was one of the Viltrumites who attacked Onam Man on the planet Thraxa. But while he was initially rather easily dealt with, Liucan eventually got his in the end. But while a pretty powerful Viltrumite himself, like fighting against Nolan and Alan the Alien, he still isn't the strongest Viltrumite out there, not by a long shot. Onin is one of Thrag's many Viltrumite Thraxan sons, and is the twin brother of Ursel. He was fiercely loyal to his father Thrag, before he ended up being killed by Invincible. Ursel, Onin's twin sister, is another one of the Viltrumite Thraxan daughters of Thrag. While she started out as loyal to her father as well, Ursel began to realize that Thrag didn't really care about his children. So after Thrag's defeat, she and her siblings ended up submitting to Invincible's rule. Oliver Grayson is the son of Onam Man and the alien half-brother of Invincible. He's a Thraxan, an alien race that matures much faster than humans, and has a way shorter lifespan. But Onam Man's Viltrumite DNA managed to slow down his aging and gave him some incredible powers on top of that. I'm talking superhuman strength, speed, durability, just like every other Viltrumite out there. But Oliver's Thraxan DNA does ultimately hold him back, and he doesn't have quite the same potential as Invincible himself. Thula is a fierce member of the Viltrumites, and a lot like Medusa with the Inhumans, is known for her signature long hair that she whips around like a weapon. She's one of the Viltrumites who attacked Nolan on Thraxa. She fought incredibly hard in the war against the coalition of planets, and she's even been able to fight with Battle Beast. Craig is the Viltrumite who gave Invincible the task of conquering the Earth, although obviously Mark didn't listen. He's second in command in the Empire, directly behind Thrag himself, but like a lot of other Viltrumites, would eventually join up with Onam Man after his rise to power. Thaddeus is the founder of the Coalition of Planets, the planets standing up against the Viltrum Empire, but secretly, he's actually a Viltrumite himself. He's been working in secret for years in order to try and defend the cosmos from the Viltrumites. Thaddeus was the kind of character who could pose a serious problem to any fighter out there. I mean, he teamed up with Omni-Man and Invincible and freaking destroyed a planet. Okay, sure, he wasn't able to defeat Thrag, he simply wasn't that strong anymore and old age got to him. But he was still a force to be reckoned with. Anissa was the Viltrumite who was sent to Earth in an attempt to kinda trick or seduce Mark and get Mark to help the Viltrumite Empire take over the planet. After her rejection though, obviously Mark isn't going to turn on the Earth, well, she becomes a bit angry, and later she even forcibly sleeps with him in order to have a kid. 5 years later though, well, Anissa is a changed woman. She's married to a human herself, gone on to have a daughter, and is raising her and Mark's son, Marky. And later, she even goes on to defend the Earth and sacrifice herself to save Mark and Eve, proving just how powerful a Viltrumite warrior she really is. I don't think I've ever seen a more brutal or bloody fighter than Conquest. It's a whole different ballgame when he shows up in the Invincible comic. With a nasty scar across his face and a sick robot arm, Conquest has definitely been in his fair share of fights and won. He's probably the most experienced warrior in the entire Viltrum Empire. He's even older than Omni-Man, and he definitely managed to show Invincible what true power was during their first fight. But somehow, some way, with the help of Adam Eve, Invincible pulled off the victory. Didn't stop Conquest though. He busted out of a prison made out of 400 tons of steel that Cecil was stupid enough to trap him in just a few days later. Then he went on to have a rematch with Invincible that nearly killed Mark all over again. Ultimately, Invincible managed to win their fight, but it was so close that one wrong move, it could have easily gone in Conquest's favor. Omni-Man definitely wasn't the peaceful protector of Earth that he always pretended to be, and really proved that by nearly killing his son and destroying cities in the process. During that fight, there was a whole lot of power at play. Even the very first punch thrown sent skyscrapers cracking in half, left thousands dead. Onam would go on to only further demonstrate his power and superiority over most other Viltrumites, sometimes taking on 2 or 3 at the same time without going down. And on top of that, for most of the series, till the very end, Onam was much stronger and faster than Invincible, constantly providing a higher bar for Mark to constantly strive towards. Invincible might have started out as a hero newbie, but by the end of the story, there was no doubt that he had earned his spot as one of the most powerful Viltrumites in the universe. Sure, it might have started out with Omni-Man being able to punch him around the globe without a second thought, but Invincible's powers only grew over time, and he routinely proved himself to be able to fight the best of the best. There have been a few statements comparing his own growing power to his dad's. By the time Invincible beat the legendary Conquest, it's clear that Invincible has surpassed Omni-Man. Without question, Grand Regent Thrag is one of the strongest Viltrumites in the entire series. Claiming rule over all his people, the Viltrumites' philosophy of survival of the fittest and might makes right really speaks to just how strong Thrag had to be in order to rule Viltrum. And Thrag has definitely proven time and again why he's one of the strongest beings in the galaxy. Other Viltrumites can hurt their hands just by punching him, and Thrag fought Battle Beast for days, despite starting the fight with some pretty severe injuries. On 3 different occasions, he beat Omni-Man nearly to death, all while coming out of the fight relatively unscathed. In the end, even Invincible couldn't take him down alone. It took the combined efforts of Robot and literally fighting in the sun for Thrag to taste defeat for the very first time. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.